office, and the green wall which was introduced to bringing that freshness into the office, because this was the only window which was there, and it offered a very horrendous view outside. So all that the idea came up to our mind to introduce a green wall which would bring in freshness to the office and have creative work going in. Next. So this one slide I was specially put to explain the site handling dynamics, which I call. And when this site generally looks, utter mess when it's under construction, and yet you need to be really firm about your imagination and still keep going, because you get ultimate suggestions from the execution parties that I think this is not looking fine, this proportion is going haywire, and do this, do that, let's do this molding, etc., etc. But you need to be really firm, and this is what ultimately it looks like. Well, this slide I've specially put when you are handling such sites, where generally I've found in interior field, it's a large industry, it's very, very large industry in fact, and I found it's very male-dominated when it comes to execution and on-site experiences. I've not found any female contractors. I'm very happy in the initial to see that video by Birla White. So there is a large scope. I mean, if the women start entering into the field, there'll be it will give different dynamics to the entire field. And as we know that women are very patient in listening, so I think it will be a total different ball game. But in the first image, I'm actually in the middle of the whole crowd, and you won't see me there, and trying to give out instructions. Well, here you not only have to convey the point to each party, not as a woman, but as an authority. That's a challenge. And again, when you are young, it's very, very tough. The second image I've put to show you, there are laborers working on site from different economic and social backgrounds, and not everyone will look at you as an authority. So, but the good news is that you get immune soon. So you have to keep going. So, and ultimately that young girl becomes a madam. So that's okay. That's a reward. Next, please. The last work that I would like to present, this is very special and very close to my heart, because this work came to me in the month of my 9th month of pregnancy, and I thought of taking a break because it's impossible and it would do injustice if I'm not available and not able to deliver 100%. But my client was very insistent and very supportive. He said that, don't worry, you just give instructions, we'll get it done. And it again motivated me and to keep going. I said, okay, fine, if you all are there with me, I will manage. It's a private house for a banker, and banker being very value for money and very clear cut and clean house he wanted. Next slide, please. During this phase, well, this house got completed also, and again, by the end of the year, when my baby became 1 year old, this got published into Society Book of Interiors, and I was very, very happy, and I was shocked that okay, it was claimed and it got acknowledged. Next slide, please. So this is how the house looks. This is the living room, which again I've worked on a shell, and I tried to make it more fluid by connecting ceilings and the walls. Next slide, please. Where that sheer partitions were created too, because it was a small site, 1-bedroom site, which I thought I could do it because looking at a scale, I went ahead. So that house had to be multi-functional and creating 2 bedrooms out of 1 bedroom when needed. So there's such sheer partitions were created. Frames were selected of a famous Italian photographer. He shoots architectural photography. Those were selected. I mean, in this phase, I want to highlight that this phase in this project, I not only I try to take the advantage of the technology. I mean, it's called WhatsApp. And I mean, many people curse WhatsApp. I mean, well, it could be a boon or it could be a disaster when it comes to, but with the sheer help of technology, I handled this site remotely. When I had, I just did 1 month of initial visits, and during the breaking phase only. After that, I just went for the photography session when it was complete. It was in the fourth month of after my delivery. I remember myself giving out instructions when on the day of delivery, after the delivery from the hospital, I was calling out because I could not deassociate myself from that project. And again, that responsibility and the faith comes to your mind, and no, you're in doubt, and whether, no, I need to be there, if not physically, at least mentally, and need to be connected and give out instruction. I try to do my best. Yes. So this is the bedroom. This is the outcome, basically, of the project. I was quite happy. May not be satisfied 100%, maybe 90%, but I was quite happy that I could do it. So these are a couple of images showing the bedroom where I like to align the false ceiling into curtain alignment, to which demarcates the clear-cut passageway from hall to bedroom. Next, please. Well, this is the slide which, again, I like to show how the site existed, and then the 3Ds were made of lower quality, not the real images, because knowing the time constraint and the situation I was in, and the real images, you could see I could bring that. Even the painting was brought as close as possible. So I was quite happy with the outcome. Well, here I like to make a point where when you are in an utter mess, like, after delivery, and all the women would know, in fact, the elderly men also would know, you are in an utter mess and your baby is small. I think one needs to be focused if she wants to still perform. You need to, it's about management of your resources. Now, resources, I don't mean your office staff or your contractor. No, resources could also mean your parents, your friends, could be your cook or your maid, anyone. I mean, you have to create leaders and create situation to conquer a situation. Well, the other day I was in conversation with Mrs. Brinda Somaya. I was sharing my slides and showing her slide, my work that I'm going to present. And she made a very valid point. You may be an architect or a lawyer or a doctor, an engineer. There are going to be the separate set of challenges as a woman. It only makes a difference if you stay focused and try to look beyond. I would like to end my presentation with this note. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilpa, to introduce to a world of interior design that allows to explore each day, whether it's the same residential layout, whether it is the same office layout, but yes, we can do different things for different spaces. And you sharing professional and personal experiences together will be really encouraging to all of us here. I now request Architect Nirupama Sawant, Design Chair, Dr. Baliram College of Architecture, and Altaf Shah of Birla White to please come on stage and present the bouquet and memento. I now request Architect Neelam Paralkar, Trustee of II, to please come over on stage and present the concluding remarks.
Good evening, everybody. At the outset, let me congratulate architect Milind Sambare and his team for organizing interesting series of programs. Almost every month we have been seeing that he's organizing some program with some college and encouraging the fraternity. Now, it is indeed a pleasure to see such a huge response from the fraternity for this event on women in architecture. We have just witnessed a wide variety of speakers talk on the different vocations in the field of architecture. In our society, in the last century, women have not received the respect and encouragement they so richly deserve. And there have been many miscreant against women in any or all walks of life. As a woman professing a practice in architecture, I have personally experienced the various biases and gender discrimination from our society in general, and I know firsthand that in order to prosper in the field, you need all the support you can get. Women in architecture have to show a lot of grit and courage to excel in their spheres, even to come to a level of being allowed to practice. The women architects of the 20th century have broken a lot of ground. Now it is for the future generations to see, explore, learn, and fly higher in the 21st century. This event has nicely presented women in architecture and brought them together to share some common viewpoints and some encouraging ones. Female architects have produced a range of stimulating, comfortably practical, energy efficient, environmentally sensitive, client satisfying, and aesthetically pleasing projects. As female architects, landscape architects, and interior designers, we have all struggled to achieve professional recognition, and it has not come easily. Our work was required to excel the ordinary design practices today in order for us to survive in the building industry. Women architects don't want to be known and respected because they are female. They want to be known and respected for their talents and accomplishment as good architects. They also want to be given a fair shot at competing for work and advancing in their career. The full participation of women in architecture has been increasing, but far more slowly than in most other professions. The encouraging 50–70% of students who are women become a slim 10% of principals of top revenue-producing firms. The reasons for this are many and complex. I look forward to the time when professional equality has been reached and is based on merit and talent rather than the gender. And when women architects have an equal role in the profession as their male counterparts, and when architecture practiced by women is not considered as unusual profession. The movement towards equality in the architecture profession has been gaining attention for some time now. In the light of this slow movement towards action in place of indignation, our very enlightening discussions today have drawn some very interesting viewpoints. Our Madam Kavita, Dr. Kavita Rege, she has given a message saying, you should take pride in taking up your profession as you experience what you have designed is standing. Ms. Sulakshana Mahajan, Madam has said, we have to unlearn a lot of avenues to improve the quality of life. We shape cities, but also cities shape us. Women must understand and restore urban senses and scale as planners. Uma Madam has said, public service is not seen as opportunity by the youngsters. Being a public service, what is important to keep in mind the interests of the common people and one can reach out to the society. Madam Rekha Dar, she says, as women, we have to face many challenges at work as well as at home and need to keep balance to achieve our targets. Well, Kirti Unwala Madam has presented conservation, and she says cultural significance of a place is very important. For a particular style is to be conserved, to be given a thought to win respect to the time, with respect to the time, context, scale, community, etc., and which has to be supported by economic system. Sushma Madam explained about the objectives of architectural education with very interesting points to think on. Neha, she enlightened us on pedestrian-friendly cities and some solutions to give more walking spaces in the cities and make the cities safe. And she shared her experiences in the and the challenges she has faced in the field. And the photographs shown by her also were very interesting. While Shilpa Sawant presented very interesting work in origami and its use in her interior design, practice and various uses. Her design skills and the problems faced by her in her practice. So like this, we have many ladies who are architects and working in the different fields. The movements of equality in the architecture profession has been gaining attention for some time now. In the light of the slow movement towards action in place of indignation, our enlightenment discussion today have drawn out some very interesting viewpoints. Some new ideas and some new opportunities have been presented today. Our profession is going through a period of change. Architecture has always been dynamic and change is a part of it. Many women architects are still emerging from the portals of our architectural institution, are ready to face the challenges that the new 21st century puts forth for us in the coming time. We are very optimistic at this stage, and getting geared up to change is the key requirement today. Thank you. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am, for those thoughtful concluding remarks. We now have a small video from Birla White before we conclude today's session.
From being in every second can in the world, to shaping automobiles, from securing futures, to empowering over 7 million dreams, from connecting the world, to enabling over 1 billion conversations a day. From building your homes to the highways that get you there. From styling your wardrobe 3 outfits every second to bringing you the world of fashion. We are a big part of your life because we know every small moment is big for you. Aditya Birla Group, big in your life.
I now request Architect Nivedita Desai from Dr. Baliram Hire College of Architecture to please come on stage and present the vote of thanks.
Hello, dear friends and respected dignitaries. Good evening. On behalf of IIA, Brihan Mumbai Center, and Dr. Baliram Hire College of Architecture, for making this event successful, we are grateful to many. We are thankful to our esteemed chief guests, Dr. Kavita Rege, who has readily agreed to be a part of this event and graced this occasion with her wonderful speech. Ms. Uma Adusumili, who has been kind to guide the audience towards a more balanced view on career in architecture. We thank the panel speakers who have been truly enthusiastic in their involvement in this program. Architect Sulakshana Mahajan, Architect Kirti Unwala, Architect Rekha Dhar, Dr. Sushma Zogrekar, Architect Shilpa Sawant, and Architect Neha Mungekar. All of them have helped make the event a successful one and given all justice to the title of the event and added a lot of charm. We thank the event partners, Birla White, unit of Ultratech Cement Limited. We thank the management and staff of MIG Club for their arrangements, decoration, and catering. We are thankful to the dignitaries who on our request and invitation are present here. Architect Neelam Parelkar, Trustee IIA, Architect Vilas Outsat, Vice President IIA for gracing the occasion, professionals from various government institutions like MMRDA, MHADA, BARC, Mumbai Housing Board, Konkan Housing Board, etc. for participating with full enthusiasm, and the architects from Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai.